Spam trigger words. The subject line copywriting rules that keep you out of promotions and junk folders. Some of your best sales words are exactly what inbox filters flag. Here's how to write persuasive subject lines that still land in the primary inbox. You wrote the perfect subject line. It's got urgency, a number, and a word like free or guaranteed, because that's what every copywriting guide told you to use. You hit send to your whole list, and half of it never sees it, because Gmail quietly filed it under promotions or, worse, spam. This isn't a list hygiene problem or a sender reputation problem. It's a wording problem, and it's fixable in the next 10 minutes, one subject line at a time. Spam filters don't read your whole campaign. They score your subject line and preview text within milliseconds of arrival before a human ever sees it. That score is built almost entirely from pattern matching. Certain words, certain punctuation habits, certain formatting choices are statistically overrepresented in junk mail, so filters treat them as red flags even when your email is a completely legitimate offer to people who ask to hear from you. The fix isn't to stop selling in your subject lines. It's to say the same persuasive thing in language filters don't flinch at. How spam filters actually score a subject line. Modern filters, Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, use machine learning models trained on billions of flagged emails. But the underlying signals are consistent enough to plan around. 3 categories matter most. Vocabulary, words historically overused in scams and mass promotions. Formatting, caps lock, excessive punctuation, currency symbols, and mismatched signals. A subject line that overpromises relative to your sending history and list engagement. A single flagged word rarely tanks a campaign on its own. It's the accumulation that pushes you over the threshold into promotions or spam. This is why 2 creators can use the word free in a subject line with completely different outcomes. One writes free, cash bonus inside dollars, and gets buried. Another writes your free template is ready and lands in the primary inbox. Because the second version pairs a flagged word with calm, specific, human phrasing. The goal isn't to avoid every trigger word forever. It's to never stack more than one risk signal in the same line. The words to retire from your subject lines. Below are the highest risk words and phrases in creator and e-commerce sending, paired with substitutions that keep the persuasion but drop the flag. Keep this list next to you the next time you draft a broadcast for your customer list. The 80-20 of deliverability. If you fix nothing else, fix this. Never use more than 1 exclamation point, never write in all caps, and never put a dollar amount next to a currency symbol string like in dollars subject line. Those 3 habits cause more promotions tab and spam folder placements than any individual banned word. Formatting rules that matter as much as vocabulary. Word choice gets all the attention, but formatting is doing at least half the work in a filter's decision. Run every subject line through this checklist before you schedule a send. No all caps words, 1 capitalized word for emphasis is fine. A full caps subject line is not. Maximum 1 exclamation point in the entire line, and ideally 0. No dollar signs stacked together, and no % signs used as decoration. Under 50 characters so it doesn't truncate awkwardly on mobile. Truncation reads as spammy shorthand to some filters. No more than 1 emoji, and never an emoji that replaces a word, like using agree instead of writing money. Preview text, the snippet after the subject, reinforces the subject instead of repeating generic filler like view in browser. Sender name is a real name or your store name, not a generic address like info or no reply. That last point trips people up constantly. Filters weigh sender reputation heavily, and a recognizable from name, your name or your brand, consistently used, builds trust over time in a way a subject line alone never can. If you're sending campaigns to your customer list from your storefront, keep the sender name identical across every send so inboxes learn to trust it. Rewriting real examples before and after. Theory is easy. Application is where creators get stuck. Here are 3 real subject line patterns common in creator broadcasts, rewritten to keep the exact same offer while dropping the risk signals. Before, free bonus inside. Don't miss this 100% guaranteed offer. After, be your bonus template, no cost, ends Friday. Before, act now, last chance to save dollars on your order. After, last call, your discount ends tonight. Before, congratulations, you've been selected for a special cash offer. After, you're on the early access list for the pre-sale. Notice the pattern. Every rewrite keeps the urgency and the benefit, just stated like a person would say it out loud to a friend, not like a banner ad. That's the real test for any subject line. Would you text this to someone you respect? If it sounds like a scam call script, a filter will likely agree with your gut. Why this matters more than most creators realize. A discount code or a new product launch is only worth what it earns, and a broadcast that lands in promotions or spam earns close to nothing. Not because the offer was weak, but because nobody saw it. Deliverability is the invisible ceiling on every email strategy. Better list segmentation, sharper copy, and generous discount codes all become irrelevant if the message never reaches the primary inbox. Subject line hygiene is the cheapest, fastest lever you have to raise that ceiling, and unlike list growth, you can fix it today, on your very next send. The best offer in the world doesn't convert from the spam folder. Deliverability isn't a technical detail. It's the first sale you make every single time. This is also exactly why creators move off scattered social posts and into a real storefront with an owned customer list in the first place. When you create your store, every buyer's email lands in your built-in customer list automatically. No separate email platform to configure, no CSV exports. From there, store.fan's campaign tool lets you send broadcasts, promote a new digital product, or announce a discount code directly to people who already trust your name, which is precisely the kind of sender relationship inbox filters reward with primary tab placement. Building the habit into your workflow. The creators who never think about this again are the ones who build it into a 2-minute pre-send ritual, not a one-time cleanup. Before you schedule your next campaign, run it against the checklist above, then read it out loud. If it sounds like something you'd actually say to a customer, send it. If it sounds like a coupon flyer stuffed through a mail slot, rewrite it. Over a few campaigns, this becomes instinct. And instinct is what actually protects your open rates long-term, not a one-time list of banned words you'll forget by next month. If you're still deciding whether email broadcasts are worth the setup at all, check out a live example store to see how a working storefront, customer list, and campaign tool fit together in practice. And if you want the fuller picture on plans, sending limits, and what's included at each tier, the pricing page breaks down exactly what Pro unlocks. None of this replaces a good offer. It just makes sure your good offer actually gets read. Pair disciplined subject lines with a storefront that delivers instantly, collects every buyer's email automatically, and lets you follow up without friction, and you've closed the gap between "I sent a campaign" and "I made a sale." For more on getting the rest of your email and launch strategy right, browse the blog. And remember that every tactic in this guide only pays off once you actually have a store and a list to send to. Key takeaways. Filters score words, punctuation, and formatting patterns, not your intent. So swapping phrasing fixes deliverability without softening your offer. All caps, multiple exclamation points, and $ symbols do more damage to inbox placement than almost any single word choice. Words like free, guaranteed, and cash aren't automatically toxic. It's the combination with hype punctuation and vague specificity that trips filters. Specific, personal, Benefit first subject lines outperform generic urgency lines on both deliverability and open rate. Your subject line is only half the test. Preview text and sender name get scored too. And store.fan's campaign tool lets you check all three before you send. Start your creator store free at store.fan.